Hi, I'm Pastor Dwayne, and I'm excited to be celebrating this Advent season with you. You know, Advent is the season of expectation, where we look ahead to the birth of Jesus Christ, who was the Messiah, the long-awaited Messiah that Israel had waited for and hoped for so many generations. But it is also a season where we look forward to with great hope and expectancy of the second coming of the Messiah. You know, the Apostle Paul wrote to the church at Ephesus these words. He said, I pray that the eyes of your heart may be enlightened in order that you may know the hope to which he has called you. Have you ever hoped for something so big that it just grabbed hold of your heart and your imagination? Maybe it was a Christmas gift when you were a child or a birthday present as you got older. Maybe it was a job promotion that you really hoped that you'd get because you could just see the benefit that would come if you got this promotion. My wife and I lived in Chicago shortly after we were married, and we really hoped that we'd be able to buy a house near the church where I worked. And we looked and we looked and we looked, and our realtor told us it was a long shot, but we kept holding out hope and saying, no, you know, if God wants, he can provide this house regardless of what our realtor says. And one day she called. She was kind of in unbelief herself that a house had come on the market. And we began the process of putting in our offer. And during that time, as we hoped that one day this would be our home, our hearts were so filled with expectancy that we talked about what colors we were going to paint the different rooms and the remodeling projects that we were going to start with and what life was going to be like once we lived in this house. And when we received the keys and we walked through the front door and we realized this was our home, man, we just had such an incredible moment where our hope was now suddenly our reality. The Apostle Paul knows the power of hope. He prays it for the early church, that they would understand this hope that they have been given by God, that they would let it capture their heart in such a way that it compelled them every single day to live for the kingdom in the hope that they had of Christ's second coming. This Advent season, I hope that our hearts are filled with expectancy, with joy, with hope. The hope that we have in Jesus Christ. And if you've not yet made a decision to follow Christ, then I hope for you that you will experience that. That you will give your life to him and that you will serve and follow him. And if you have made a commitment to follow Christ, then I encourage you to take time and just dream about what will be, to imagine what it'll be like to step into the presence of God for the first time. Hope finally realized, and what that moment will be like. May this season of Advent fill our hearts to overflowing with the hope that God has given through Jesus Christ. God bless.